podcast. I'm your host, Matty G.
What's going on, fellas? This is Vert Vangle.
And what a week it was, Vic. What a week it was. Um,
Man, another week down, and Matt, man, it's getting closer and closer to the offs. I mean, every week matters, but now it's like it's crunch time.
every week is a playoff matchup. You smell that?
Hell yeah,
It's people pooping in their pants. That's what that smell is. Trade
man.
deadline coming up. Everybody has like no money for waiver claims. Um, and let's just jump right into it.
Let's get it.
So this week I played Kalu. Felt good going into the matchup. I thought I'd have Nico Collins, but it did not matter. I ended up beating Kalu 127-97. Bijan Robinson scoring 31 points. Chase Brown started the week off well with 22 points. And Travis Kelsey from Kalu's side with 20 points. And I'm going to Kalu, shout outs to Kalu, man. When he started the Cardinals D, I was like, what is he doing? Starting the Cardinals D. And he put up like 15 points. Shout out to him. And George Pickens, man, looking like a stud right now. Looking like a big stud.
I mean, I guess you can shout out Kalu, but yo, his team is reeling, bro. Uh,
He had guys on bye week, man.
he's 3-7.
Oh, you look at
He's
record wise.
he's
Three's
3-7. Let me see how many games he's lost in a row. His team is just reeling, man. But injuries, bye weeks, having players on IR on your
you
roster.
lost 3 games in a row, Vic.
Whew, bro.
It's
Yeah,
almost
you gotta go on a win streak, man. Is this boys healthy this upcoming
uh,
week?
yes, his boys are healthy. He has his running backs coming back out of bye. Kenneth Walker, most importantly. Jacoby Myers will be back. And then also Brian Robinson has been out for several weeks. So that has hurt him a little bit.
Yeah.
So his team should be turning around a little bit. But again, like you mentioned, 7 losses. One more loss, I think you can kiss your playoff hopes goodbye.
That's and he currently has the longest losing streak.
Oof, that's tough. That is tough. But
But Matt, before we go to the next matchup, man, I know you picked up this guy and you was patient about him, man. Kudos to you. You didn't drop him. You didn't react. The start of the season, he was non-existent. But Chase Brown, man, what a
oh
draft pick.
yeah, man. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. When I drafted him, I was very excited. I was very high on him going into the season, and I was just sitting there, just waiting and waiting. He was producing a little bit, not getting the snaps he wanted, but coming through. Back to back RB1 performances. Hopefully, he stays healthy, and hopefully, he's a big piece that helps me get out of the basement, man. And that's all I'm looking forward to right now, Vic. Appreciate that. Who'd you play this week?
Yeah, I play Stone Cold Steve Austin KT. It's always a matchup I circle on my calendar every year. I look forward to playing KT. It's one of my arch nemesis. But overall, my team had a solid out, and everyone on my team put a solid work in, double digit points. I got the W. I had all my games at 1 o'clock, so that's a little nerve wracking. KT started off the week well, man. He
I know
started
you were
off,
super nervous that you were gonna lose after Mark Andrews gets like
bro,
18
18
points, man.
points, and then Sunday morning, Chuba Hubbard goes off for almost 30 points.
Oof.
I had some of my key pieces out. DK out on bye, and Evans injured, so I had a couple of my guys out. But the rest of my roster just they showed up. Matter of fact, nobody on my roster scored over 20 points. It was just an all around solid outing, 120 points. I wasn't one of the highest scorers of the week. I think I finished fourth, which I can't complain.
Yeah, and KT had Calvin Ridley go off for 25 points. That was sneaky. That was real sneaky.
Yeah, he scored a touchdown on the first drive. I was like, here we go.
Yep.
And then the Jets giving him -2 hurt him.
Yeah, badly.
Aaron Rodgers' performance that night killed him.
Yeah, he sucked.
Stevenson started off the game hot, and then he just was terrible after.
Yeah. I I I thought he would do better. Like 20 carries, I'm like, oh, that's a lot. And then
I
only
mean,
muddled to 74 yards.
for the Pats fan, you know what? I'm gonna just bring this up now. For the Pats fans, Mac Jones is who we thought he was, and that was a little why I was not happy with this trade. I wasn't too happy about this trade because the writing was on the wall. It was already there. Like Trevor had Trevor had an injury, but the way the Jags season's going, you might as well shut him down. You want to shut it down, pack it for next season. We all know what Mac Jones is, so that's a story. Later on in the segment, we'll talk about that more. But I just wanted to put that out there. But I wanted to highlight one of my two of my big guns on my roster that's been performing all season long. Big Dog, OVO's very own Drake London and Scary Terry. What's up?
Oh, I know you been trying to shop one of those guys, and I know someone's been talking a little bit of
The
smack like
shop
this
is
because of
closed.
the shop is
Ain't
closed.
no, the shop's closed.
And Kareem Hunt with 7 catches, by the way.
Kareem Hunt didn't
Old
rush a lot,
faithful,
but
old faithful, man, old faithful. Shout outs to you. And that concludes KT season. I guess he went to the draft as being the spoiler. So he's gonna end the season as being the spoiler. So Pacheco coming back, got designated to return, but KT, man, you tried your best. 8 losses. That you never say never, but that kind of eliminates you from being successful this season. So we hope that you
now
can finish the season strong.
KT's a competitor, so I think he'll enjoy playing spoiler for like the what is this, the 19th season? The 19th season?
Oh, all right, all right. So the next matchup we talk about right after that is Fletch with a big win versus Stevie.
Big
Creeping to
Fletch.
keep creeping into Monday night. This guy can't catch a break for this Monday night stuff, and finally he squeezes the victory, and he had big performance from Brock Purdy. He had
Eckler.
Eckler going off. Mixing. Hey, we called out Eckler not being started last week, and guess what he does? He starts Eckler this week. That was a huge start he put in there. Joe Mixon with 17, Marvin Harrison with 16 points. I mean, he,
Yo,
you know what?
whoa, don't forget his defense dropped 20.
Oh, yo,
That was key to victory.
yeah, that's you could take laps for that one, and for Stevie, quarterback went off, running backs were regular, but we said this at the beginning of the year. Steve, his roster, his starters was solid, but his depth was nothing.
Yes, sir. We said that.
We said that. Go back to the tapes. McMillan, he started McMillan, 0 points. Last week he started some other guy, Wicks or something like that. He had like 3 points. His roster's getting tested. Times is hard when you're scooping up Leonard Fournette off the waiver wire.
Yeah. I also want to add Stevie got to send like I don't know, a email or a mail to the Dolphins organization because Tyreek Hill's just I don't know what's going on. He got the wrist injury.
Dude,
I
he
don't know.
only had 16 yards receiving.
I watched the game. It was like
Oh, that's tough.
he wasn't his regular explosive self.
No,
I don't know. Maybe if they're working out the chemistry with Tua being back, or Tua is just trying to get the ball out quicker. I don't know. It's just a little.
Maybe he's
It's a
losing
little
his step.
worrisome.
Maybe
If I
he's
was,
losing his step, Vic.
he does want to be a porn star, so maybe he's looking into that already.
Oof. But again, this is huge for the standings wise. Um,
Yeah, I
Stevie's
mean,
6-4.
luckily Stevie had a great start to the season, so he's definitely in the playoff mix. But now it's where does he fall? Because he's one of the highest scorers in the league, which is big
Yeah, that
with
helps him out a
tiebreakers.
lot. Yeah.
Now it's like where does he fall
Yep.
in the playoff
If
seeding?
he stays consistent like this, still pumping out like 120, 130 a week, I think he'll be okay. Fletch, 4-6, which is good for him, but he got a ways to go up, man. Bye weeks are going to be important coming up, so it's the battle's on. And then our next matchup, we have Janilson switching spots with Moose. Moose scored like 190 last week. Um, Janelson scores 197 points this week, and it all starts off with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
That stack.
That stack contributed to 90 points to his squad, and it was Steve was looking on his way up from there because everybody else on his roster had double digits, and besides his defense scoring 4 points and Flowers scoring 7, his stars came out and overperformed. Um, and Steve, what a perfect week to do a dud. He scored the lowest point total of the week, which is 80 points, which will also kick him out of Survivor. So add an insult to injury. Being the number one guy, he dropped down to number two. His points are shaky. He's 7-3. So all it takes, Vic, all it takes is another L and a couple people winning, and he can drop himself all the way down to the 6th seed.
Yeah, that's when points come into effect. You don't want to. I mean, you don't want to drop an 80-point week this late in the season. Like you said, another loss, and certain people win. You're in that mix. You're in that mix where you can fall into the sixth or out of the playoff run because of the points tiebreaker. I don't know off the top of my head where he lies in the points. I think he's like sixth or seventh.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a tough week for Steve, man. I see how he rebounds this week. I do see he put a lot of players on the trade block.
I know I saw that. It was like 3 guys.
So let's see what he does.
But I don't think he's gonna get any value for them, what the value he's looking for. We'll see.
What's up with Chris Olave? Is he done for like? Is he IR
It's
bound?
it's it's sounding like he's gonna be on IR. I wouldn't be surprised if he's cut from his roster.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, heartbreaker.
Um, we don't feel he doesn't feel bad for anybody. Steve does not worry. We talked about this before. Like, oh, you know what? He doesn't want us to talk about it, then we won't talk about it. And then we had Moose in a nail biter, which is number one in the league, by the way. The champ doing champ things by being number one. He beats Kevin in a close match, 109-99. It feels like Lamar Jackson is always having 30 plus points every week. It just feels that way. The rest
Yo,
of
him and Jalen Hurts is guaranteed 25 plus
every week, and then the rest of his roster, he had a mediocre performance from everybody. J.K. Dobbins looked like he's given up some of his snaps to Edwards, so he's getting back to earth. Devon A-Chain does like. You watched the game last night. He did not look as explosive, or maybe the teams are catching up to him or something, or maybe it was an off game. I don't know, but he had an average performance. Justin Jefferson had a tough day. Wilson had a tough day. It was just a tough day at the office for Moose, but still puts up 109. And then Kevin, again, he's one of those players that he's 3-7, man, and every win is going to be very important. Next loss he gets is going to knock him out of the playoff run. So, not really going to say much about that. Bigsby got out, scoring 0.4 points. That'll add to your losing. Anything to add on this matchup, Vic?
Yeah, I do. I'm just trying to pull something out. Give me 1 second, man. Computers are acting up. I gotta go on my phone. Actually, the desktop version doesn't give you that view that I'm trying to see. But honestly, I just wanted to go look at how many games this year already. Kevin's squad has dropped under 100 points.
Oof. Oh man. Hold on.
Let's see.
I can do that for you.
Week one, he had 100, so that we're gonna count that as one. It gotta be over 100. So one. Week two is fine. Week three is fine. Week four is fine. Week five is fine. Week six, 100. That's another week. So 3 weeks, 3 out of 10 weeks, he's dropped 100 or less.
Mm.
I mean, that's not bad. I thought it was gonna be worse, but yeah, it's like you said, man, he got his work cut out for him. He got to go on a run these last few weeks to sneak into the playoffs.
Yes, he does. Oh, and getting to this next matchup, George versus Monty. I accidentally said that Steve had the lowest point total of the week. No, it's Monty. Monty had 72 points. He had a lot of guys on bye week, so understandable. And key guys on bye week, JSN, Brock Bowers, and Tillman. And George with the big victory, man. McCaffrey came back, got his normal workload. That adds a difference to your team. Um, he did have a big trade this week, and that's helped him get the victory. St. Brown had 18 points, which is the newly acquired guy. Nakua, 18 points. You see the 14 targets? That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
That's crazy. And then Josh Allen dropping 18. Yeah, man, George stacking. He had to get a win. He got it, and he's keeping level 5-5 while his guys getting healthy, which is good for his squad. Anything to add on this matchup, Vic?
I'm concerned about Monty's squad going into the playoffs, bro. I'm not. Yo, Brees Hall. He's like, it sucks that he's dependent on Aaron Rodgers. I don't even think the coordinator. I don't even think. I think the offensive coordinator is Aaron Rodgers. So it just sucks because Brees Hall can literally like carry you to the playoffs, giving you 20 plus a week. He can sustain that workhorse carry and play, but he just doesn't get it. Like I don't know. Yeah, like for example, he had 10 carries for 52 yards. Like, come on. Like, I know they were down, but it wasn't a blowout from right off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
Only 4 passes thrown to him. Like, what the fuck was going on?
Yeah.
And this is not. This happened multiple times this year. I think that's fucking up his squad. I think he made some trades that's biting him in the ass now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the whole thing of trades, man. It's a gamble at the end of the day. You're trying to make your team better. You're trying to make fair trades. You try to give value to get value back. I think. I think right now, well, this week he paid the price for
Yeah.
some of those trades. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jordan Mason was acquired on a trade.
Yes, it was him.
DJ Moore was acquired on a trade.
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson was acquired on a trade. So yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Let's see.
But I will say this though, he got some key pickups.
Yeah. Tillman on a bye. He picked LaDonovan Mitchell up. That
Pearsall
is back. Pearsall. He got JSN on a bye. Bowers on a bye. So he'll be back for vengeance this week.
Yes, sir. And then one more note, Jonathan Brooks. How do you draft this guy and then freaking they give a contract to Chuba Hubbard? Panthers got to be one of the dumbest teams out there, in my opinion.
Maybe the Cowboys will come trading for him.
Who knows, man? Cowboys is a disoriented organization. But want to highlight one more thing before we get to our guest.
Yeah,
Moose is on a fifth 5 game winning
5 game
streak.
win streak.
5 game
Yeah,
winning streak.
I wanna touch on one thing. I just thought about it in the middle of last week, so it's not pertaining to anybody in the league. But fellas, it's getting late in the season. You may feel like you're out of the race. Maybe you're not, but you may feel that way. But I can't stress how important doing your waiver pickups. It's a strategy. It's not just picking up a player. It's not just picking up a player to make your team better, but sometimes you got to pick up a player to keep him away from other teams. So keep that in mind. I was guilty of that years in the past. I wasn't doing my waiver pickups. I was saving. Was I saving my bucks? No, I was saving my waiver priority. And then other guys were able to build a stronger team. I'm in the mix now. I may not be in the mix next season or the years prior. I was not in the mix. So make your pickups. Do your due diligence. Pick up the players. Block other teams in the league from picking up key players if you have to. That's not I'm not advertising that because I'm in the mix. I'm just saying in general. I'm in another league. And you can see the ugliest effect of when guys don't make the pickups, and then you have two or three guys that are active, and they're building like powerful teams off the waiver
Mm.
because the rest of the league's not doing the due diligence. So I just wanted to touch on that. I mean, the other topic we can bring the guest in. He's part of this topic.
Okay. Um, Without further ado, we would like to bring in one of the most active members in our league. He's been in this league. He's a founding father of this league, right? He's
Yes,
been here
sir. He
since the
definitely is. Been to multiple championships.
yes, sir. It's no other than your boy George. What's up, Georgie?
What up, fellas? What up?
How you doing? You look like you're nice and warm.
I am, man. I'm cozy right now.
So where do we start, Vic? Where do we start with
I
George?
mean, let's start with the trade. I mean, that's the hottest topic right now in the league. That was a
Yeah,
big
man.
trade. I felt that trade. If the cards are played right on your end, you get these W's, you sneak into the playoffs. You're
That's the
automatic.
goal.
You're automatic contender with that team. Like I said earlier, I wasn't a fan of that trade. You did what you were supposed to do, George. Either you sent it or you accepted it. You did what you're supposed to do. I wasn't a fan of the trade because I mentioned it earlier. Trevor Lawrence's injury, Jags suck, so most likely they're gonna shut him down. We all know, especially all three of us on here, we all know who the fuck Mac Jones is. Um, he fucking blows. He fucking sucks. I defended that guy. Then I was like, I can't do
For
this no
too
more.
long.
He
For too
sucks.
long.
So we all know who Mac Jones is. Um, and I'm gonna speak on my behalf. I thought I offered a better package. So when I seen that come across, like really, yeah. I mean, KT didn't flat out. He didn't flat out deny my trade. It was a bunch of like limbo. He was worried about certain things. And then when he was ready to do the trade, I had a lot of players on buy. I couldn't make that
Mm.
trade because I was offering multiple players.
So to be honest with you, I went to KT after one of my trades couldn't go through because of buys.
Mm.
So I woke up in the morning. I was like, "Fuck, man!" I was like, "I really, really need to get myself like another wide receiver," and I felt comfortable enough with the gambling on CMC coming back and just being CMC. I'm like, it's either I try to hit a home run or not. I'm like, I kept him this whole time. I got to bet that when he comes back, he's healthy and he's going to be CMC. So I was willing to move my running backs that I already had and another piece to acquire another wide receiver so I can have like a true top end wide receiver with Puka Nakua and Neighbors. Um, so I guess I just played my depth a little bit, and I looked at KT's team. I'm like, man, if there's one person that I truly believe can benefit from me giving him a running back and a wide receiver, it'd be him. And I reached out. We made it happen.
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing. He was looking for the same combo from me, running back and wide receiver. That's
Yep.
what he wanted. He wanted multiple pieces.
Yeah. He wanted two piece. Um, and earlier during the season, I couldn't do it because I was trying to just sneak some wins here and there. So I couldn't afford to be like, you know what, I can trade these two players for one. So I couldn't do it that early. And then when I saw my matchup, not for nothing to be disrespectful to Monty's team at all or anything like that, but all his buys and everything, and all my guys coming back and being healthy, I was like, if there's a time that I can sneak a win with me trading away two guys, it'd be right now. Um, and that's why I did it.
Good,
So
good process right there. Good process. Because
you know what I
usually
mean?
when you're going through that, like some people just look at it as getting and giving a player,
Yeah.
but not a lot of people think about who you're playing. What's it look like down the road?
Right.
What's
Yeah.
the immediate value and all that stuff? I think
Yeah. That and I tried to protect myself with my bye weeks too, just in case CMC goes down. I was like, damn. I was like, if I'm gonna trade for somebody, I need somebody that's already had a bye, so like I
Yeah,
don't have to worry about multiple players being on a bye. And I saw that I was like, I have Malik Neighbors coming up in a bye. Acquiring a wide receiver right now will be clutch to protect that next week. So
yeah, there you go. That's a true vet right there. A
I
vet
was
move
thinking,
right
man.
there. Not a lot of people do that. I have a question for you. So we'll take it back to draft night. Draft
Yep,
night.
love it.
You got some guys falling onto you specifically in your
Mm-hmm.
first and second round. If
Yep.
you could go back and change those first and second round picks, would you change them, and who would you change them for?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I would like to say yes, I would change them, but at the end of the day, we weren't drafting players because they're hurt. We were drafting players. We weren't drafting players because like, oh my god, they're gonna get hurt. We was drafting players because of their talent. If you're drafting Olave over Puka Nakua, I think you're crazy. Plain and simple.
Pew pew.
Um, I'm just saying that because I got called out for drafting Puka Nakua and other. I get it. We draft our guys, but I mean, in the first 4 rounds, I feel like if you try to go draft your guy, technically, you're gonna miss out on a lot of talent. And yes, I got hurt by it because both of my guys was hurt, but now look at.
Yeah, I
yeah. You gotta. But yeah, this is my thing. I partially agree with George because if you hit, you hit. But if you
Right.
don't hit, man.
Then what?
Cause I'm a gambler, man. I mean, you guys all know me. I'm a gambler. I take my gamble. I go after my guys. It has been years I went after my guys, and I struck out bad, and I was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing worse than that year I drafted DeAndre Swift in the first round. My God, I think that was the year I won like 1 or 2 games. You need your
Yeah,
first
it's
round pick to hit. You need your
don't.
first 2 rounds
Yep.
to like give you something.
And
This
not for
year,
nothing. My first 2 rounds, dog, I got nothing for
yeah,
10
you
weeks.
survived. This
So
year, I mean, I gambled. I went and got Drake London early in the second. So far, dude's been a warrior. Been playing
oh
every
man, that's
game.
that's a hell of a pick, man.
Gets hurt, comes back, produces. Um, but yeah, that leads to my next question: is how was it week to week adjusting your roster to try to sneak a win, knowing like shit, my first, and there was weeks like you had even another major piece out. There were
Yeah,
weeks you had
I
either
had neighbors out
with a
2 weeks.
concussed.
Yep.
You had Deontay, right?
No, Brian Thomas went down half
Mm-hmm.
in middle of a game. Bro, my team was destroyed.
So to just be in the mix is just shit.
I'll be honest. Some of the games that I won was because of defensive pickups. If you go back and you look at my waiver wire and a lot of the money that I used on the waiver wire was like I was betting a lot. I'm picking up the correct defense to give me 12, 15 points against somebody else's
That's
5.
big.
So it's like
Makes a
I,
difference.
I was trying to do literally everything, and my tight ends was pretty big. I had Njoku out for 4 weeks or something like that.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking about. That's what I was thinking about.
So
'Cause I
like
remember
Kyle Pitts
Joku
came
gave you
through
like
big.
he started off the season hot, then he got hurt.
Hot, yep. He got hurt. He hurt his ankle. But I was just trying to stay consistent with my points. I didn't think going into the wire I was gonna get anybody that's gonna give me 30 points. I was like, who's gonna give me 10? And then who else is gonna give me 10?
Mm-hmm.
And who else is gonna, I was trying to score 110, 115 at the most. And I felt like if I did that, I would at least break even by the time my guys came back.
Oh, and you did break even. 5-5.
5-5.
5-5. Still in the mix. Points a little lower than you would like it to be
I'm
because you
chasing
gotta.
those points, man.
Yeah, I'm in the same predicament because I feel
I'm
like
chasing those points.
the last 3 teams right now they're trying to catch up with points and obviously with wins too because it looks like the top. I think
Bro,
I'll,
if you look at it, bro, from 3rd place to 7th, we're each a game away from one another.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's no breathing room. No
It's
breathing
crazy.
room. No breathing room. Only the points is gonna be the separator. And
You know,
putting up these, it's hard. I have not had a 200 point week. And so it's like when you see everybody else throwing up 200, 150, 160, 170, I'm like, damn, I want one of those. Like you're
my
due.
my wife thought I lost this week. She was like, "Why are you so mad?" It was like Monday, and I'm like, "Come on, I need Puka, man. I need a 30 from Puka." She's like, "I thought you already won." I was like, "No, it's like I need points." She's like, "But if you won, like what's the difference if you already got a W?" I'm like, "I need the points. 'Cause I need to catch Matt, who's
Yeah.
ahead of me. I need to catch Monty, who's ahead of me. You know what I mean?" I was like, it's like now I almost feel like the same way I felt last year that like I'm playing the person in front of me and then I'm playing whoever else has more points than me. It shit sucks,
Yeah.
man.
It sucks because it adds the extra pressure of putting the right guys in because it's like it's not
Yep.
enough to win by 120. If you
No.
had if you won 120 and then you got someone on your bench that scored 20, you're like, damn
What the fuck? That
Yo,
happened to me
like
this week.
it.
this week I benched Kyler Murray. I didn't like that matchup, and I started Kirk. Kirk gave me a dud. Kyler Murray goes 28 points on the bench. I was so pissed. I think I spoke to Matt about it. I was so pissed. I'm like, fuck, I
That
needed
shit
those
sucks,
points.
man.
Dude, it's not enjoyable at all. It's like, hey, I want to win, but then like you see Janelson's team dropping 197. It's like, God
Ugh.
dang it, God. And then you see Moose's team dropping a bunch of points. I'm like, what? I want to flip a
Tough,
table.
man. Tough.
It's hard. It's hard. I'm trying to see if I have any more questions for you. It's been I feel like it's been a quiet year in the chat. I feel like the only person that's been talking crazy is Moose because after like after he did his like swindle moves like after the first couple weeks he's been all about it like
Yeah, man.
and it's like you know what I mean you stuff a couple trades and you're like hey I feel my team you know.
Listen, props to Moose though. Like, not for nothing. Every guy that he's moved from, he's done it at the right fucking time.
Yeah.
No,
Look what he got. Look what he got for Jordan Mason.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got, who was it? It was
Devon A.
J.K.
Chain.
Dobbins.
No, J.K.
No,
Dobbins. He traded Brock Bowers for J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins, yep. And then Devon A. Chain, yeah, for Mason.
Yeah, Mason. I think he gave him
Um,
Mason and Deontay.
Yep, that was it.
Yep.
Yep,
And then
yep.
there was another trade that he did that I can't think of
Yeah,
the
he's.
top of my head.
I was looking at it yesterday. He definitely did. He had like a couple like really good trades.
The
That's
one to
helping
get
him
Garrett
out, but
Wilson.
Yeah, he got Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson instead of Devontae Adams. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, bro.
Yeah, it's like
Crazy.
and now
Yeah,
his
he's made the right moves.
yeah he's
And
made a,
he's talking his shit too.
yeah and he's trying to defend this championship. It's
Yeah,
like
he's
it's
talking his shit.
yeah.
I
dude.
He's
got
good.
a question for George.
What's up, man?
George, right now, currently right now, fuck the standards. Who you would pick are your three top contenders? Like, yo, these three teams, they got a real good chance to win a championship.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Just so because I was looking at the points and everything like that, and then I was going through the teams. It's Moose for sure, Ja, and you, Vic. You three,
Wow.
sure.
Wow. Say those again.
Moose, Ja, and Vic.
Moose, John, Vic.
Yeah, for sure. They got depth. They got everything. I don't know, Vic. I think you have some bias coming up, but I think those other two
Yeah,
guys are doing all right.
I gotta take care of business like the next 2 weeks because my week 14 is just bad.
Oh yeah, it was week 14. I saw
My
I
week
saw one of the weeks.
14,
I was like, damn, Vic's gonna
my
struggle
week
this week.
14 is just horrible. I mean, I'm gonna put a roster in, pick up some players, but I'm already chalking that up as an L. My week 14 is not. It's not good. It's a big names
Yeah,
are out
hey,
week 14
it
on my
must it
end.
must be nice to be able to be like, damn, I can take it out.
Nah, I can't. I gotta take care of business next 2 weeks. I can't. If I don't take care of business next 2 weeks, shit, I'm in trouble. I'm in real trouble.
Man, I'm surprised you didn't say Steve's team.
Steve who?
Trader Joe.
No.
The other's Dolphin Steve.
Dolphin Steve.
Oh no, I don't think his team's up there.
Yeah. You didn't even hesitate. He said no. No.
I mean, so I was looking at his team too. I mean, Saquon, and then he's got a bunch of he's got solid pieces, but I mean, I wouldn't consider him in the top three. You know what I mean? His record says that, but I mean, I don't. When I look at his roster top to bottom, I don't think so. And then he's got some tough matchups too coming up in the playoffs.
Yo,
Once he makes it there,
he got a big matchup this week.
He does.
He got Hot Fletcher.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's got a tough matchup this week, and I think he's got buys to deal with this week. And he's really good at putting up some points, even in tough situations. But
Yeah,
I mean, once you get into the playoffs, I think that's where you struggle because all the teams are good. Everybody's already prepped for it, so I mean, you can't have no down weeks.
Cannot have any down weeks.
But yeah, no, I mean, I think his team's solid, but and I'm scared of Stevie's team too. Well, I wouldn't say I'm scared of Stevie's team, but I believe like you guys had said about his depth, he's got none.
Nothing. You get if you play him on week 14, he got no Henry. It's like I wouldn't say that's a layup, but it's like you got your problems figured out if you're playing him in week 14.
Yeah, like his starting lineup is nice, but I mean we kind of saw this week alone.
Yeah.
And he's also another one that I believe who did he trade away? I was watching. I was like, damn. I was like, that's like his like really one true depth that he had. Who was it? It wasn't nobody big though.
No,
he got an injury. Diggs got hurt.
No, Diggs that
got hurt out for the year.
Diggs got hurt. Oh, and he traded Ladd. He traded Ladd McConkey.
Yeah. Yep. And that was a good depth piece right there. Really good depth piece.
That's at least 10.
Absolutely. Shoot. I have no more questions, man. I have no more questions for him, Vic.
Well, what about y'all? Let me ask y'all a question. Who do you guys think is the top 3 teams?
Top 3?
Like right now.
Janilson.
Yeah.
Moose. And I think the number 3 spot is up for grabs. Because I'm not right now, I'm not looking at points. Because I feel like points is like not that's not a good descriptor of anything, but it's like I feel like all it takes is if you plus, especially in the playoffs, all it takes is one bad week and you're gone.
That's it. Yeah.
One bad week. And when I look at it, I look at roster, how the roster's built and things like that. So I think definitely Moose and Janilson have strong rosters right now between starting lineups and bench pieces. Um, as a third spot, I think my team could contend for it. Vic's team, um, Stevie's, even yours, George, for the third spot. So I think it's really up for grabs, and it's like it's very tight, very very tight. It's not like Moose is by a landslide or Janilson's by a landslide. Yeah, it looks pretty after you're dropping like 180 points or whatever it
Mhm.
is, but I think it's a definitely a toss up when it comes to that third spot. Where are you, Vic?
Yo, I got in this order: Moose, Steve Lawrence, and Janilson. I'm gonna give Steve Lawrence the benefit of the doubt and say Tyreek Hill's gonna find his form.
Hmm.
I think that's a deadly duo: Tyreek Hill, Derrick Henry, Jalen Hurts. Like I said earlier, that's an automatic 25 points every
It
week with Jalen Hurts.
it
Yeah,
is.
fucking Jalen
Um,
Hurts with that tush push, man.
Yo, dude,
um,
eats.
yeah, he takes care. If I'm a believer that Tyreek Hill will find his form, they'll find his footing with Tua. Um, I don't
Yeah,
know
but
why it just popped in my head. Yo,
this has been like 5 weeks though. With
something got to be wrong with
mhm.
yo. Did you guys watch the game last night?
the
A
Dolphins
little
game.
bit.
Yeah.
I seen
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
touchdown where he fell down.
Did
Like,
you
what the?
see when he threw the interception? How he tackled the
I
dude
tried to
head
go
first?
tackle
Yeah,
the dude.
Tua. Yeah,
Like,
I was
what's
like,
Tua's.
wrong with that
I was
guy?
like, what are you
Yeah,
doing?
yeah.
You could have just pushed him out of bounds. He's on the sideline. You had to go try to tackle him low.
Bro, he
Like
went
what are
head
you?
first.
Oh man, I was like,
Head
nah.
first. He's
I was like,
crazy.
nah. Tua doesn't learn, man.
Nah, he's a rebel.
He could have just man, at that point let the man score a touchdown.
Yeah, seriously.
Anything.
Especially what he's going through. Like
Right.
bugging, bugging. But all right. Thank you, George, for coming through, and we love
Yes,
that
sir,
you're
man.
a clear supporter of the podcast. Um,
Always, man.
man, we love having you on. Keep competing in this league, and we look forward to seeing what you have in store for the rest of the season, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, man. Hopefully I make a trade by the end of the night, man. We'll see.
Oh.
We'll see.
All right, bro. You have a good night, all right, and have a good week.
All right, boys. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, let's go right into this week's matchups, man.
Yes, sir. We'll get right to it. So this week, of course, it's a big week, week 11, and I have the pleasure of playing you this week, there, Kamish.
Yes, sir. Big matchup for both of us. Both
Yes,
6-4. We're separated by points, so it's a huge matchup for both of us.
huge week, and I think Nico Collins comes back this week. I think I'll be fully ready to go. Got a couple of roster decisions I have to make for my starting lineup, but I'm ready to go, lock and loaded. I'm ready, Vic. I am ready. I am ready. Ready. Um, I think we might have to be the matchup of the week, to be quite honest.
That might be. I gotta look at these other matches. That might be
Then you got
the Stink Bowl.
what stink bowl you talking about?
KT versus Kalu.
The-
Stone Cold versus Bam Bam Bigelow.
oh boy, yo, honestly, KT can start his going away tour, sending these people out.
Yeah, Kalu needs his win. Kalu
If
needs his win.
Kalu wins, he gives himself a chance to stay in the playoffs or stay up in the playoff hunt, and KT can kick him out and just be like, "Hey, welcome to the basement. You and I, best buds, bud." So
Yo, I noticed last week we was flaming Kalu for having like 4 or 5 QBs on his roster. I noticed he dropped all of them. He only has one.
Yeah,
And
only one
I
is
was
better.
literally gonna say like, oh no, he has Stroud. He has 2 QBs. I was literally gonna say I kind of like Drake May starting this week against the Rams.
Oh yeah, baby. I can't. I'm going to that game this Sunday, so ooh, baby. Let's go. Let's go. But KD has some tough matchups on his side, but so does Kalu. We'll see what happens, man. It's he's projected
No
to win.
Chuba Hubbard.
Oh man, that's tough. But I think Pollard is beat up a little bit, so maybe Spears steps in and makes a move for him. Next matchup, which is a huge matchup, you got coming in hot Fletch versus cooling down Steve. It looks like Steve has some big bye weeks.
This actually is my matchup of the week.
Your matchup of the week, and
Yes.
it's a big one for
It's
that for
big
sure.
complications if obviously if Fletch wins, he's right in the mix. But then obviously he's right in the mix, and if Steve loses, that changes the playoff picture completely.
Completely. And I'm gonna be tuned in. I'll probably be watching this matchup more than I'm watching my own matchup because this has ramifications for everything. It's I think Higgins comes back this week for Steve, and
Ooh,
I'm
I
just gonna
just
be
seen McBride is on a bye.
yeah, that is huge because
But
there's nothing on the wire that's gonna save you for that.
I do like Jalen Daniels versus the Eagles. That's gonna be a high scoring matchup in my opinion.
Oh, on Thursday, it's a Thursday night
Thursday
game.
night thriller.
Mm-hmm. Man, I'm gonna keep my. You know what? I'm gonna keep my eyes on that matchup, man. That's gonna be a hell of a one right there. And then you got this is another. Oh, man, the schedule the way it matches up, it's so beautiful. Then you have Janilson versus Stevie.
Yes,
This
sir.
is yo. This is a good one. This is a good one. This is the one that's gonna shoot someone down to like the 6th seed. This is the matchups that really mean something.
Man,
You got
Burrow
the 3rd
versus
seed
Hurt.
versus 4th seed
Yo, Burrow versus Hurts.
as a
Gibbs.
wash.
Gibbs versus Henry.
Oof.
Warren versus Kamara. I mean,
But nah, but
I don't know
but
if
you
the
get,
rosters are set.
his roster's not set because he got Connor and stuff.
Yeah, Connor's
Tracy.
on bye.
Oh, oops. Yeah. And Tracy's on by.
Chase and Cooper, if Cooper plays.
Mm-hmm.
Flowers versus Tyreek Hill. T.J. Hawk, Goddard, Sutton versus Cook. This is my only thing. Atlanta's secondary is actually sneakily good, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. See Sutton versus Cook. T.J. Lockett at the end. I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna talk about that. I heard some interesting news, but I ain't gonna talk about that. Dolphins versus Philadelphia.
This is a good matchup. We are very fortunate to have a good matchup. This can set up a lot.
Tracy on bye, Connor on bye for Ja.
Yeah, what a time to be alive.
And Leonard Fournette is on bye for Stevie.
I can't believe it. And
yo, I'm gonna say this. I think this week in this matchup, we're gonna see the double tight end start from Janelson. I guarantee it.
You guarantee it?
Guarantee it.
Double tight.
Tight end start.
Double tight.
Double tight end start.
Even though they're what? Let's see what they're ranked. See, TJ is ranked as tight end number 51, inflated a little bit or deflated, and Sam Laporta, who's been inconsistent, is TE 14. You said a lot of mouths to feed out there. Should not be asking for a ransom for that one. But anyway, next matchup.
We might have a double tight end start in this matchup. I think Stevie might start Gesicki too.
I know who knows. Double stack. We call it a double stack. Then George, our guest that we just had, playing Big Moose.
Oof, this is a big matchup, man.
This is a huge one.
This is a spicy matchup.
This is huge. This is huge. This really, George really needs this win, and if if Moose catches an L, it can help with the seeding and even things out a little bit. So this can swing a lot of things. He has a lot of good matchups too.
Josh
George
Allen
does.
versus Lamar Jackson, McCaffrey versus A Chain, Harris versus Dobbins, St. Brown versus Jefferson, Nakua versus Cup,
Mm.
and Joku versus Johnu Smith, Elijah Moore versus Garrett Wilson, Jameson Williams versus Pitts. Fuck.
Oh, he got the double tight end start too. I guess this might be the double tight end week.
Um,
Double dipping.
I don't know. I really don't care who wins this matchup. I could say like, yo, Moose do the playoff teams a favor and make Georgia's life complicated to make the playoffs. Nobody wants to see this team hot.
Mm.
But at the same token, Moose's team is fucking stacked. Nobody wants to see his team either.
Man, it's this late in the season where I was like, I'm focused on my business. I'm focused on my business. And whatever to help me to get me where I'm at, I gotta win first. Once I win, then we are good. Then we got Mr. Vals versus Kevin. Kevin's reeling right now. Kevin really needs to win, and so does Monty.
They
Monty
both
needs
need
to
to
win.
win.
They both need to win. If Monty wins, he just puts Kevin out of his misery. Like KT would say, his magic copyright is over. So this is a really good slate. That's the last game that we touched on, but this is a
Yeah, let's look at it. I mean, right now, well, I mean, it looks like we all know Monty will be looking for a QB in the waiver tonight. Baker and Bry, no other QB on his roster. Um, so question mark QB versus Mahomes, Brees Hall versus Rico Dowell. I'm pretty sure Monty's not gonna stop Braylon Allen versus Kyron Williams.
who knows, he might.
JSN versus Mooney, Tillman versus Lamb. Um, yeah, you know what? Tillman might have the edge over Lamb because Cooper Rush looked terrible,
Yo, Cooper Rush looks like trash.
and the Houston D is solid.
Yeah, Houston D is.
Brock Bowers versus Kittle, Ricky versus Watson, Tank Dell versus Judy. This is gonna be interesting because I feel like that last game the Texans unlocked and got some kind of like chemistry with the college legend John Mechie.
Oh yeah,
So now with Nico
Mr.
coming
Mechie.
back, Mechie, Tank Dell, Mixon. Let's see what happens there. Yeah. So this is a good matchup. Must win for both teams. Definitely a must win for both teams. I don't think the rosters are completely set on both ends. Let's see what they end up doing.
Man, it's from the little match to the big matches. It's gonna be a big week, week 11. And I'm ready. I cannot wait till Thursday starts. I can't wait to set my lineup. Can't wait to dive into everything. And I'm ready to go. Mr. Lopes. You have anything for the people?
Let's get active. The waiver. Pray. Eat your spinach. Don't eat a lot of candy. Yeah. God bless.
You guys have a good night. Guys, play trades end on Monday. You guys have until the end of the Monday night game. Then trade deadline's up. And now, starting next week, I'm going to personally send you a message to collect the debt that is owed. Okay? You guys have a good week. We will see you when we see you. Deuces.
Peace. God bless.
Peace. All right. Oh. Whew.